But in a way, it is a backdoor for privatizing Social Security.
Tonight, comments from Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent have a lot of people concerned about the future of Social Security.
Time for our Money Watch update. And today we're diving into a story that could shake the retirement plans of millions of Americans. Social Security, one of the country's most relied upon safety nets, is once again in the spotlight. There's growing talk in Washington about privatization, and it's raising some serious alarms. To break this down, good morning to you. Let's start here. Just how big of a shift would Social Security privatization be, and should American retirees be concerned? Americans should be deeply concerned. We're not just talking about tweaks to a program. Privatizing Social Security would be like tearing up the foundation and rebuilding from scratch. It could expose retirees to market volatility, reduce guaranteed income, and create huge inequalities depending on where you live or how you invest. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is critical, especially if you're retired, nearing retirement, or care about someone who is. Because we're diving deep into something that could dramatically reshape the financial future of millions of Americans, the potential privatization of Social Security. There's been a lot of buzz recently, leaks, rumors, and even hot mic moments, hinting that a real proposal to partially privatize Social Security may be in motion behind closed doors. And trust me, if you rely on Social Security or plan to in the future, you need to understand what this could mean for you and your family. So grab a notepad or your morning coffee. This is the video you don't want to skip. Let's break it all down. What privatization actually means, who's pushing for it, how it might affect your monthly payments, and whether your benefits could be at risk. Let's start with the basics. Right now, Social Security operates as a public program. Your payroll taxes go into a federal trust fund, and that money is then used to pay current retirees, survivors, and people with disabilities. Privatization would fundamentally change that. Instead of all your money going into a public pool, part or all of your Social Security contributions would go into a private retirement investment account managed by banks, investment firms, or private insurance companies. Think 401k but mandated. You might hear supporters say, well, you'll get better returns with the market than the government can provide. But here's the reality. The stock market goes up and it goes down. That means your retirement future could depend on how Wall Street performs, not on a guaranteed benefit. Privatization isn't a new idea. It first gained traction during the George W. Bush administration, and recently, it's come back into the conversation, loudly. According to multiple reports, some members of Congress and key voices in the Treasury have been drafting quiet proposals to push privatization forward. A recent leak suggested that officials are waiting for a better political moment before announcing major changes to the system. The rationale behind these plans? Some say Social Security is unsustainable in its current form. Others see a huge opportunity for Wall Street to profit by managing retirement accounts. And let's be honest, there's a lot of money to be made if billions of dollars in Social Security taxes get funneled into the private sector. But here's the question we should be asking. At whose expense? If you're a retiree or even just a few years from claiming benefits, you have good reason to be concerned. Here's why privatization could be a huge gamble for millions of Americans. No more guarantees. Right now, you're promised a monthly check for life. Under privatization, that check could become dependent on the performance of your investment account. Market volatility. Imagine retiring during a recession. Would your account survive? Would your income collapse just when you need it most? Management fees. Private companies managing your retirement money will charge fees. Even small fees can erode your savings over time. Equity gaps. Lower-income Americans and those with inconsistent work histories would likely end up with less retirement income than under the current system. Losing the social contract. Social Security isn't just a retirement account. It's an insurance policy. It protects you if you become disabled. It supports your spouse or children if you pass away early. Privatization risks undoing those protections. Let's talk numbers. Suppose you're 65 and currently receiving $1,600 a month. That's guaranteed today. Under a privatized plan, that benefit might be reduced or capped. Instead, you'd rely on whatever return your private account generates, which could be more, the same, or a lot less. And if you're under 40, you might not get traditional Social Security at all. The leaked privatization roadmap suggests workers born after 1985 could be automatically enrolled in private accounts with limited government guarantees. And here's the scariest part. Once it starts, it's incredibly hard to reverse. Once Wall Street gets access to Social Security dollars, pulling them back into public hands would be nearly impossible. Supporters say privatization is about fixing Social Security before it becomes insolvent. According to recent projections, the Social Security Trust Fund could be depleted by the mid-2030s, meaning benefits might be reduced unless Congress acts. But privatization isn't the only fix. In fact, experts say the trust fund could be stabilized by lifting the payroll tax cap so high earners contribute more, adjusting the benefit formula for the top 5%, adding new sources of revenue, like taxes on capital gains or wealth. So why go with the riskiest solution? The answer might be more ideological than practical. Privatization shifts control from the public to the private sector, and that's been a long-time goal for some political and economic groups. Recent polls show that most Americans, Democrats, Republicans, and independents, want Social Security preserved or even expanded. Over 80% oppose privatization once they understand the risks. Even younger Americans, who may be skeptical about whether Social Security will be around for them, prefer reforms that protect benefits, not gamble them. And retirees? For many, Social Security is more than just a monthly check. It's peace of mind. It's independence. It's knowing that after decades of work, you'll have stability. Okay, now that you understand the potential consequences, what can you do about it? Call your representatives. Make your voice heard. Tell them clearly, do not privatize Social Security. Educate others. Share this video. Talk to your neighbors, your family, your friends. A lot of people don't know this is happening. Stay informed. Follow trusted sources. Subscribe here, and I'll continue to update you as this story unfolds. Watch for the October COLA announcement. That's when the next year's cost of living adjustment is revealed, and the political battle often heats up around then. Prepare documentation. Track your current benefits, check your SSA statement at ssa.gov, and make sure everything is accurate. Let's be clear. This issue goes beyond red versus blue. Social Security is a pillar of the American retirement system. It lifted millions out of poverty. It created economic stability for generations. Privatization puts that legacy at risk. We're not talking about tweaking around the edges. We're talking about a complete shift in who controls your retirement future, you, your government, or Wall Street. It's a conversation that must be had out in the open, not behind closed doors. If this video helped you understand the stakes, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up so more people can find it. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. I'll be covering every development in the story, as well as updates on Medicare, retirement planning, COLA changes, and more. Have questions? Drop them in the comments. I read every one, and I often use them to shape future videos. Until next time, stay informed, stay vigilant, and most importantly, stay empowered. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.